Okay. Let's clean it up, Photoshop. So I don't need these. I do not need these graphics of the gloves in the background. We're going to pull this up a little bit. So now the cast will be. I have a couple guides here that I built to help me frame this. I need to frame most of the content for any of the episodes on the TPN network, Technophiles Podcast Network. Usually they have to be inside this frame here. So I'm going to let this go to the edge a little bit, and our bars happen over here, and so this blue will blur into that a little bit, which is fine. But this is in the wrong group. Sorry, my voice is a bit hoarse. It's pretty late tonight. Let's take out these other graphics. Should get a white background. Hey, you know, it's simple, but let's see what this looks like. I'm going to save it. We'll get out of this file here. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Close this up. Sure, of course. No problem, Photoshop. See, it's thinking down here. I don't know if you can see or not. Oh, it's kind of covered up by the black little box there, isn't it? But it's saving is at 80% right now. %. For some reason, it's getting really confused. It's weird. Photoshop always hovers somewhere around 83% when it's saving things. I'm not sure what happens at 83%, but it must be something fancy. So, well, I guess we just got to wait. It's still 83%. I'm so sorry. %. Okay. Updating smart objects. So all of these layers here are getting saved and kind of rasterized into this other featured TPN logo 216 featured dash image PSD. It's populating down in there. And you'll see when it's doing a lot of filtering right now. Smart filters that are that I built in. And so when it's done doing that, we'll see what the fade looks like. Updating smart objects. No, it's fine, smart objects. Just do whatever you got to do. Don't let me keep you. DeepMind, man. This is the same program that beat AlphaGo, which Jake had a Technophiles newscast about it a few weeks ago, and we talked about it on the podcast as well. Just gotta sit here and wait this part through. It's seriously doing a lot of computing in the background right now. There we go. This is the part where we just wait. I'm trying to take care of a little bit of stuff over on my other monitor here while this is happening. It's a little weird, though, that it's taking this long, to be honest. I'm going to check my activity monitor, see what's going on. Every once in a while, you might have some bogus creative cloud frozen in the background or something like that. I got a lot of... There we go. Doesn't look like anything's actually frozen right now. Yeah, Adobe's doing all right. I'm looking on the other monitor right now. Jeez Louise, man. Jeez Louise. So we actually had a newscast meeting this morning that went really well. I'm kind of excited. It was myself, Jake Gill, V Lobs, Crystal E. Malone, Brian Thiessen was there, Nate Winter, and Dawn Zarowski. That's the team that puts the newscasts together. And we kind of have a new plan put together for making more episodes when we come back from our spring, or I guess our summer break. We'll take a break in July. We've done this for the last couple seasons. We'll do a mid-season break in July. Mostly, to be honest, because for the first 3 or 4 seasons that we did Technophiles, everyone takes their vacations in the summer, and you'd have 3 or 4 weeks of kind of not, you wouldn't ever have a full cast anyway, and you'd try to get guests in, and it was always kind of a big mess. And so 2 seasons ago, I think back in season 6, we were like, well, why don't we just pretend that we're Walking Dead and take a mid-season break and then come back? And it's actually worked out really well. When we come back in our second half of our season, we're going to be doing a few more live shows. I think we're going to do, if everything goes well, we're going to try to do 8 live shows this next season, which I'm really excited about because I love doing those. In fact, the last Twitch stream was me working on episode 292, which was the 5th live show that we had at the Digital Humanities Lab with the Milwaukee Public Museum. Progress bar. I'm not sure how much longer I can stall here. You're really not doing me any favors. Oh, is that all I had to do? I just had to intimidate it a little bit? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'll take it. Unbelievable. Okay, so let's see. That was crazy. All right, not bad. It's kind of cool. Simple little thing here. This is fine. I'm going to take my little victories here. We're going to save this. Lots of cool shading happening here. I could go through all of the different layers. There's a lot of different things happening here. But to be honest, I talked about all of that in the behind-the-scenes video for episode 292. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, click on the card. If you're watching this on Twitch, cool, go check it out later. I'm so sorry. Okay. Save it. We need to bring up our video PSD. I called one audio and one video because video is any of our video thumbnails, which work on YouTube and the website, and then audio is any audio thumbnail, something that's more like a square, that's good for Stitcher and iTunes and stuff like that. Okay. Reading Photoshop format, just opening up our other file here. Once I get them all up and going, able to move. Sorry, I'm a little quieter tonight. I'm just kind of... Wait, what happened? Some text layers. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's much later than the last stream. Hours later. In fact, I'm a little bit worried. It's almost... Well, it's 11:30 right now, CST, and... Usually I'm editing the video by now, but I had some other conflicts today, but that's fine. Still happy to be making these graphics. Here we go. Here's the action. Okay, so this is 295 part 3. This is all stuff from last week. So, let's see here. Whoa. I've got some audio coming through. There we go. So, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to edit our titles. All the boring stuff first. I'm sorry I couldn't lead with like the really cool stuff. It starts with the boring stuff and then it all starts coming together. Okay. So we know that the first... What is this? Mitomo? Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't like what? It's not finding the fonts right now? What's going on? That doesn't matter right now. So we know it's IBM. There we go. IBM Eond. Let me pull my drive over. So we have to, I'm just going to bring those notes back up real quick. I should have left them up. TPN master. I'm just like sharing my Google Drive with the world here, but whatever. TPN production. Faces. I'm actually kind of excited about the season 9 logos. I think they're going to look really cool. They're going to be a departure. Like right now, season 8, everything, all the TPN shows are robot based, which means like, you know, Technophiles podcast is that robot. Actually, you can see it on the side of the OBS right now. And then the newscast is the robot hand that holds the light bulb, and Tabletop Test Shop is a robot meeple, and Sci-Fi Science is a robot spaceship. But I think we're going to go in a different direction for season 9. I think I'm going to take the hosts of each show and like take half of their face and make it be the icon, which is going to be cool too, because then when we build our YouTube page, the graphics can be like all the different faces of the hosts, which I don't know. You know, I'm kind of a sucker for like the X-Men branding where they'll do like 8 posters in one movie theater and each poster is a character, you know, like Star Wars did it too. I'm a little bit of a sucker for that kind of stuff. So I think we might go in that. I really don't know. We might go in that direction for season 9. TPN pod. Where are you? This is embarrassing. It's right here. 296. Bringing up the info. Now I'm going to be using this, the text strings here to post into. Maybe I can pull this window way over to the side. Be taking some of this text and putting it in here. All right, Google Drive, you're working hard here, huh? There we go. All right, I'll take it. IBM's Quantum Cloud Computers. Copy it. Back over here to Photoshop. Let's drop it in. Probably right. Let's see if it fits. All right, we're going to bring cloud down just so it looks a little nicer. Then we have Magic Leap was last week. Let's pull in DeepMind, Minds NHS records. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Would you... Ultimately, I got to be honest, for myself, I was kind of fine with the idea of DeepMind taking a 1.6 million medical records to analyze that data and look for trends and stuff like that to what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my text today. Look at all of these exclamation points. The text isn't loading correctly. I'm a little worried about that. But I'm going to just keep going. Minds, let's pull this down as well. There we go. DeepMind, Minds NHS records. And this is episode 296. I might as well change that right now. 296. Okay, yeah, I get it. You don't know where the fonts are. That's never happened. I promise it's never happened before. But it looks like this stuff's rendering okay, so I'm just going to go with it. Let's go get our third title. Real Life Resident Evil. That was a story from Krista Lee. Put that down here. So this is a image. Yeah. Calm your pants. This image will actually become a matte image in the other Photoshop file. Real Life Resident Evil. Maybe this one can be bigger. I don't know if it's going to fit, but let's try it. No, I think this is going to be too much. Real Life. Yeah, of course. Okay, way too much. We'll go back down to the smaller scale. I've got 296. I have my 3 titles. Save it. Real Life Resident Evil. I'm inclined to Carriage Return Resident Evil. That'll probably look a little nicer in the thumbnail. Okay, let's get out of here. Save it. And you'll notice some weird things are happening here with part 1, 2, and 3. And all my titles I can already see are rendering in. It's very strangely, but that's because we have more than one layer over here. Let's take part 1. Again, this is coming off of that file we just wrote, 296. This looks like it's text that's typeset, but it's actually smart objects from the other file. All right, this is actually... Oh, wait. DeepMind was part 2. I'm doing this one a little bit out of order. DeepMind, Minds, NHS records. With the blue, I've got some weird gray line here. I don't know what's going on here. I suspect it's Jake's PNG. We have a little bit of time. I'm going to try to fix that. It's really annoying me just because of the white background. I've never noticed it. Just a sec. Let's see here. Just a second. So we'll go to show. Man, all my fonts are gone. What is going on here? So weird. Do you guys see this down here? It's very concerning. But right now I'm going to take care of that line. So this is actually all 4 of us standing here. This is another embedded smart object, which I'm heading to now. Just let that open up. I'm going to send a little test text here. Some layers needed. Oh, maybe I should. Okay. I think I just messaged as Technophiles. That was not the plan. Okay. Ooh, that's weird. Look at this. So, okay, so it's not. Looking at this TPN-logo-2016 underscore cast PSD. Do you see that gray line? It doesn't seem like it's there. This one here. Where is it coming from? Where is that line coming from? So just as a test, I'm turning the cast off over here, and let's actually save this. This might take a second, but let's save this and see what's going on. 22, 29, 30, 40, 50% saved. %. There it is, stuck at 83. Okay, it's saved as updating the smart objects. The cast should be gone over here. And let's see if that gray line, the gray line is gone. Okay. All right, that's a little confusing. I'm going back over into my cast PSD. So this cast PSD, this here is embedded into 2016 underscore video.psd, as you can see right here. So by double clicking at this, it's the same thing as clicking on this tab up here. I'm going to double click to go in and try to figure out. I don't know. I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's really subtle. There it is. Right there. Wow, that's crazy. So I couldn't see it on the transparency, but once it goes over white, in fact, let's pull in some white just to see it. Boom. It's clear as day. Oh, this is really messy up here. Who could it be? Is it you, Jake? It's not Jake. Is it me? Not me. Is it Crystal Lee? It might be V. Ooh, there it is. It's V. Okay, so I'm just going to mat it out. This is an open file to her PNG. In other words, this is a linked smart object to her file. So I don't want to go and change her file right now. I'm going to just mask out that part of the graphic. So what I'm doing is I just created a mask. These little layers here, if you don't know, white equals see-through, black equals not. At least that's how I have it set up. I'm going to transition to brush. Now what I can do, that was weird. I can paint black onto the map. In painting that black, I'm painting transparency is what I'm technically doing. Maybe I can clean some of this up here. You know what? While I'm at it, I'm going to do this for everybody. Let's take V out. Actually, Crystal Lee looks pretty clean too. It's really Jake and I. We're tall, and so the stupid drop shadows. Oh man, it's a freaking mess. Gonna make another mat. Let's get Jake out of here too. Okay. So I'm just painting some of this out right now. That's not too bad. So I'm using a super soft brush right now. It's kind of big, and it's its hardness is at 0%. So there, I just painted some of that dirt out. As you can see down here, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a lot of black up there now. So let's bring Jake back in. In fact, I'm going to take myself out and bring Jake in. He has a little bit of a crop here on his shadow as well. So I'm going to go to his mat and just try to finagle some of this. There we go. I don't want to go too far. In fact, actually, look at this. This is interesting. He has some junk to the left of his face. Now, in the long run, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into their source files and erase this stuff. But right now, I really don't want to open up all those files. So I'm just masking it out. These are the exact same PNGs that load on the website pages. So even though I'm masking this out here, this is kind of, admittedly, this is kind of an emergency quick fix because all that junk will still be there on the web site. That looks a little fake. All right, so in the long run, I'm going to go in and clean him up. For now, just taking a little bit out of his neck here. Man, he's got stuff down here too. So all these little lines down here, I'm definitely going to have to clean that up on a Jake file, and I'm going to save that for another day because it's almost midnight, and we'll get by. All right, let's bring Crystal Lee back. I think I've accidentally brought everybody in. Why is there two of me? All right, we're just going to get rid of this layer right here. We don't even need it. I don't know why there's double. So we have Jake, myself, V, and Crystal Lee, and so sometimes sometimes the girls stand in different spots. That's why I have different layers of them. There we go, but we have to get rid of the other Crystal Lee that's in the background, which appears to be this one. There we go. All right, that is looking a lot better. I got to make sure that I turn this white off so that we're back to transparency. Let's close this up, save it. These little details will update into the TPN logo 2016 _ video.psd file. 83%. Update those smart objects. Okay. That's a weird thing right there. So I'm going to turn the cast back. Oh, well, there we go. They're actually coming back in. So that's a little weird. I don't know what this is. I don't like this. There's a little white speck right over there, right by Crystal Lee's arm. And I'm guessing that might actually be part of our text. I'm going to turn our text layer off, and if this disappears, then I know what's going on. It does not seem to be the thing. Come on. What could it be? Part 2? Okay. Okay, there's our answer. So this little graphic, this little chunk of junk, let me zoom back out, is not matted out right here. So I'm just going to do a quick brush mask. Yep, there we go. Get out. There it is. Okay, this is looking good. Part 2, 296, Deep Mind, Minds, NHS Records, Technophiles Podcast. We've got the yellow and yellow. I'm going to save this, and then we're going to export. While this is saving, let's check our desktop. I hope those other graphics came in. Doesn't really look like it, does it? I don't like it. Let's go to IBM Quantum Computer. There we go. Let that all think its way through. Go back to Photoshop. Whoa, I'm clicking all over the place. Just get this window back to normal. Okay, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it as a JPEG high, I guess. And so we have a little bit of a system here. Think it through, Rainbow Wheel. You'll be fine. Think it through. Okay, so we're going to go to not asset. I was working on some master assets for the Technophiles newscast. We're coming up with a way to color code each episode for different categories. As you can see, we have computer science, enterprise, environment, inventions, but that's not what I'm working on tonight. Tonight, what I want is 296. Actually, let's go to 295 first and grab the file name. TPN pod logo season 8 296 part 1 featured image _F. That's what that stands for. So we're going to go back over to 296 and save it right here. And there we are. Okay, so then we got to do a few other things. We want to take out our background. Save this as a PNG. I might export it, but I think I'm just going to go save as. Photoshop PNG. Oh, this is the old Technophiles song playing right now. The season 7. Funny hearing this right now. I love our season 8 theme song. I vastly prefer it. Okay. 296. Grab this. Turn it back into a PNG. And it is _I. Then last but not least, we need to save this file as one more thing. Just turn off the show graphics. The cast should disappear. We should really just have the text left. This all matters. Basically, I'm just creating PNG assets for Adobe Premiere when we're editing the actual video part of the episode. Export. No. I want to save as. That's fine. Part 2. We're doing things a little bit out of order tonight. What's going on here? What's going on here? Did I just save as? I'm a little concerned. Let's just check our files. I'm going to bring up. I'm over on the other monitor right now. I'm opening up a 296 folder. Let's just see what the Google Drive folder looks like in the Finder right now. No. Here we go. Okay, I mean, I guess it's there. Go back to save as inside Photoshop here, 296. This is a PNG. And this one gets saved as _T for text. Save. There we go. And hopefully we'll see it drop in here. While this is saving, I'm going to go grab my iPad real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. So we have that. Now we get to do the iTunes part. Let's go to File, Open Recent Audio, 2016 Audio PSD. So this is the graphic that shows up when you download the episode. This is what shows up on your podcast app. This is the graphics that'll show up on the... hey, here's part of my Season 9 idea. Okay, this is a little embarrassing because you're not really supposed to be seeing this right now. And this is not the picture we would use, but this is kind of the idea where I can imagine like Krista Lee's face here for Sci-Fi Science. I could imagine Jamin Stark's face here for Tabletop Test Shop. But let's update all modified content, which means it's going to be grabbing, it's updating the smart objects to the AlphaGo, or I mean, pardon me, the DeepMind logo. Updating smart objects. We got a lot going on. I mean, it's a dumb picture of me, but I kind of think like the idea is cool, how it looks kind of faded and black and white and stuff. That was just a picture I took with my phone real quick to just try out the concept. Though I do kind of, I have to admit, I kind of like that my beard looks kind of old. It looks kind of great. Okay, here we go. Now look, the colors are updating over here. We don't want season 8. We want to turn off our season settings. And we do want to turn on our episode titles. 296. Ooh, that looks quite nice. Okay, this thing's good to go. Let's save it. There we go. So this gets saved as a JPEG without any suffix. 296-1. Yeah. All right. Let's take this and put it over here with Safari. Because we're going to have to pull this IBM graphic anyway over here. Images. So I kind of liked, as I said earlier, I kind of liked this close-up. We'll just grab this real quick. There we go. Actually, maybe we'll pull this to the desktop. Let's do that. I think that's going to actually work a little better. I do like to try to keep the featured assets in okay, so wait just a minute. Let me pull this out. There we go. I do like keeping the featured assets on the Google Drive folder so it syncs to everybody else's computers, but admittedly, it's a little easier to pull this stuff off the desktop. So usually I'll do duplicates. So this is going to be 296-1_G for background. _G. This is, now I'm creating the JPEG that loads as the background image on the website. There we go. Okay, one of them is done. Let's do the other two. I'm going to reopen. I have my audio still open, my video still open. This is the core featured image. I'm going to open it up. I'm a little worried about taking up a lot of processing power right now, but we're just going to do it. Here we go. Read in Photoshop. In the meantime, maybe I can grab our final image. I did it at the beginning of the video here, and it was, what are we looking for? Resident Evil. Oh, yeah, Resident Evil. Let's close this up. I think I grabbed the Resident Evil eye, which would make a good graphic. Now that you can kind of tell how this stuff breaks down, for example, like what's going on here. Simple, iconic images work the best because when people are flipping through YouTube, they don't look very long, you know? It only takes, what is it, like half a second or whatever. So I'm going to bring up some of these thumbnails and I'm going to make them a little larger so you can see, like, see there's that blue in the background there. And on iTunes, this is what it would look like up here. I'm pleased with that. And then this is just more logistic stuff. So Resident Evil, let's get it. Resident Evil. Whenever you're ready. The internet. Okay, let's grab an image. I kind of liked the eye. I found it earlier. Like the spooky. Oh, here we go. This one's even better. Let's pull it. Now, what we do is we do grab these images from all over the internet, but once they get filtered through the Photoshop, all the Photoshop filters that I've built, it's modified enough that we try to kind of make it our own a little bit. Okay. Take out Magic Leap. Deep Mind. I'm going to pull the eye. Let's do the IBM thing first, actually. Let's do part one. Otherwise, I'm going to lose track. Feels like that worked. There it is. All right. Reposition the window. We might just, I don't know, we might just leave this like this. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, I'd be inclined, I got to be honest, I'd be inclined to take this. This is kind of dynamic here, this swoosh that's going back and forth. And even this one over here to the left. I'd be inclined to take this entire area and move it into the upper right corner of this image so that it fits a little better. Let's see what it would look like. There. So this is, again, like I said, this is really where the content happens. But I'm okay with that. This is interesting enough, I think. Right here is interesting, and this is interesting that it might look okay. So I'm going to leave this open, but let's save it. No, you know what? I'm going to close it. It's going to tell me, wait for me to save it, because I already did that. 80% saved. 83. The magic 83. It's down here right now, which I think is getting covered up a little bit. Stuck at 83%. Still at 83. Something happens at 83. I'd love to know, because 83 is what I look at every day. Hopefully let's go a little quicker here then. So it's kind of interesting. IBM, what they've done is they've taken one of their quantum computers in New York, and they have, so like, you know, building a quantum computer right now, you have to, it's an entire building. You're doing amazing refrigeration things. Everybody cannot have a quantum computer in their house right now. And we kind of pointed out actually on the episode that it's kind of similar to like hard drives back in the 1960s. How it used to take, it used to take an entire house-sized room with vacuum tubes and stuff just to have 5 megabytes or something. That's kind of where quantum computing is right now. Well, quantum computing is not even that mature yet, but you can kind of draw the parallels. The one thing that's different about this day and age is we have cloud computing now, which we didn't have back in the 60s. And so instead of trying to make 1 million quantum computers for every house, let me just move the chair here, IBM is saying, well, maybe we can take a few quantum computers, in this case a single quantum computer, and let people access it using cloud mechanics, which is kind of cool. Oh, that looks fine. Actually, I kind of like that. That's quite nice, I'd say. See how it's mostly bright here? It's a little darker over here. A lot of that's because of this color layer that's happening. I'm going to go with it. I don't want to waste too much time tonight. Let's save it. I've got a lot of layers, as I said. There's a lot of layers going on here, and if you're interested in them, go check out the video on YouTube of the post-production of episode 292, where I kind of break down how this stuff works. For tonight, it's midnight, and we're about 6 hours behind schedule, so I'm just going to keep on moving. 83%. Once that's done saving, that should populate into the video.psd over here, which I'm going to try to open up some of these layers. Not open them up, but turn them on. So the cast obviously doesn't change. The title will. featured is featured for me. I titled this featured because that's referencing the featured PSD that's up here. And this is part 1. All right. Think away, computer. Think away. No, it's fine. Just give me spinny wheels and blue bars. That's all I really wanted tonight. See, look at that. Every time I make it aware of itself, it's like, I'm sorry. All right, so we're going to take out part 2 here. Something weird is happening over here to the right. Look at this. My mouse is being strange. Let's close up part 2. We got a mess over here. Oh, that's because Twitch is open. There we go. The Twitch file. And live. Looks like live is active as well. Okay, this is all we needed. We needed part 1, 296, IBM's quantum cloud computers. Yeah, I don't know. This looks nice. See the average blue blur filter is populating over here. I'm pleased with this. Let's do it. Actually, it looks really nice. This is going to be a really healthy image on YouTube. You can tell. It's strong. Save. We'll have to see if the Resident Evil eye is as strong. If I frame it correctly, it might be. 296, at this point, it's what, 296-2_F. There we go. Save it. There it is. Okay, we're good. Let's just knock this out of the park. Is that the correct? Save a PNG. No, wait a second, actually. I think in parts 2's and... Oh, part 1. Okay, right. We're fine. I'm very tired. I apologize. Save as PNG. So we need 296. Actually, I'm going to grab off the I over here. -2. Keep it as a PNG. A ping, as some call it. Come on. Just waiting for it to drop in over here. Gotta use a brush tool. That's fine. I don't know. Something very strange is happening with the mouse tonight. Okay, now let's take out the show. All we need is the text. Let's save it. Save as. So we need this one to be _T with a 2. -2 is in part 2. Is anybody else noticing that I have my 2's and my 1's swapped? I'm going to have to switch that in the Finder. PNG. But I'm going to export all of these and then switch the file names because I do not want to switch them midway. It's going to be a little too confusing. Okay, that's saving, 70%. Let's go over to our audio. We're going to need to, again, not actual audio, the audio files. Ooh, this looks cool. Bring up the show. Nice, I love it. So there is a cool thing that's happening here. Photoshop takes the numbers that we did half an hour ago. So Photoshop is not thinking of this 296 as text. It's actually thinking of it as a black and white matte image, even though that image is dynamic because it's a smart layer. I'm wondering if I can show it to you real quick here. Nah, I don't know. It's buried pretty deep. I'll save it for another video. I'm sorry. 296 Technophiles Pod. We got the graphic. Let's do it. Save it. But basically, what it does is it takes the 296 here, the color that is determined to create this 296. It's an average of all the pixels that are in this background image, and the average color is what it applies to a matte, which paints the entire image that one color. And then I use the 296 to create a black and white matte or mask in some ways to only apply that color where the numbers are. If I did that as a text layer, it wouldn't. Well, maybe you can make it work, but I don't know. I do it as a smart object. Save it. A little bit of compression there, but that's fine. So again, my 2s and my 1s are swapped. I need to remember this. I'm so used to, I did the graphics out of order, but I'm so used to doing the file names in order. And then we just need our background graphic. There we go. Let's save this. That's kind of a nice looking blue blur right there. I like it. That's going to look quite nice when it's 10% overlaid over our image on the video and the Premiere file. So I'm just clicking on the other files. See, I only have to change one thing. So, okay, save. Cool. Should we go clean up our file managing mess? Ours. I've made it yours and mine now, viewer. It's really my mess. Let's do it. So this is part 1. Anything that has to do with IBM is part 1. So let's. Okay, this is how we're going to do this. I'm going to put pluses behind all the current ones because we can't have duplicate file names. There we go. One more. All right, so now I can take my top 5 here and turn them into -1s. Ay. -1. -1. 2 more to go. And then I'll take my 1 pluses and turn them into 2s. And we'll be fine. Close call there, guys. Almost didn't make it. Okay, so this is going to be a 1. No. This is a 2. Ay, man. Man and woman. 26-2. And do it over here. All right, 2. There we go. Taking care of this one. 2 plus, there we go. And last but not least. Last but definitely the most least, our featured image, which will be on YouTube. There we go. All right. Let's do it. Let's bring that Resident Evil eye in. Let's make things crazy. Going into featured image. Going into specifically TPN-logo-2016_featured-image, which is a smart, which is an embedded smart object inside TPN-logo-2016_featured.psd. Reading Photoshop format. Almost there. Do I have to like give it a pep talk again? Oh. All right. Let's do it. I'm going to get the gloves out of the way, just clearing some of these layers. Pull in the spooky eye. This kind of might be a fun one. Reframe it. Now this one, I'm actually going to start zooming out already because we know that we want that pupil in the upper right corner for sure. What happened? Oh, it's fine. Oh, of course. Look, it's behind the other layer here. Boom. All right, let's pull up our guides. So we want the eye to mostly be in this space here, which will not be hard to do. Zoom out a little. Just pull that thing up. Super gross. This is going to be so... No one's going to be able to tell what this is, but I'm going to go with it. Save it. 30, 50, 60, 70%, 79, 80, holding at 80%, saved, 83%, the infamous 83%. We're going to be here for a moment. Holding at 83%. There we go. Oh, I'm so sorry, pardon me. Get these graphics out and get to bed. It's kind of been a rough week. I mean, it's been a good week. We got a lot done. Piling things on this week. But I'm a little nervous about this episode getting out in time. I got to be totally honest. Come on, smart objects. I believe in you. There we go. Look at that green eye just staring into our soul. All right, I'm actually really curious to see how this is going to look through all the filters. Right over here. Should close it up. I don't even think we... Whoa, very interesting. Wow, man, it's actually pretty gross. I'm kind of okay with it. Let's see. Let's save that. Cool. Ooh, I like it actually. Look at in the little thumbnail, in the navigator here. That gives us more of a sense of what it's going to look like on YouTube. Cool. Almost there. 4 more graphics to export. Oh, pardon me. Oh, pardon me. Okay. Look at those veins. They really come through. Let's see. Turn on our background. Turn on our cast and our show. The podcast should be kind of pink. The word podcast should be kind of pink over here. Hey, looks like it's working. Gross. I love it. So let's just switch over to part 3. Real life Resident Evil We are getting what we're looking. Whoa, wow, this is gonna land well. I gotta say, this is gonna land well on YouTube. All right, save it. I didn't know if that was gonna work, but I'm okay with it. That's the most fun about building these huge graphic design files is you almost build like a weird machine. You build like a layer effect machine, and sometimes you don't even know exactly how it's gonna come out because really you're giving the computer instructions more than you are like, painting with a brush. And it's, I don't know, I get a big kick out of telling the computer 50 different instructions and then seeing what the computer does with it is kind of cool. This is my 296-3. Yeah, okay, this is fine. There we go. And do the PNG. Do I have to wait? I actually think I do. I think this happened to me one other time. You have to wait for the render. There we go. File save as. What? I'm in the wrong place. There we go. This is the IPNG. Okay. Hanging on by a thread here, folks. 296-3. Save. %. Okay. Turn off show. There we go. Real life Resident Evil. I don't know. How do you feel about that? If you had like a 90-year-old loved one and they went brain dead, and the doctor was like, "Hey, we can shoot some juice into the back of their head and they'll come back." Would you go for it? One of the things we were talking about on the episode is like, it's not like it's a reset button. The body is still old, even if this plan were to work. 296. What am I doing? Oh, the text. Okay. 296-3. Keep it at PNG. Okay. Okay. Cool. So I think we have our 3 graphics there. All we have left is the iTunes graphics, I believe. Let's see if everything's... That is kind of neat, isn't it? I'm liking it, actually. It's pretty gross. Not that I'm trying to make things be gross. What I'm trying to do is have images that stand out. Okay, so like actually now in retrospect, now that we look at this, the AlphaGo one is kind of blah, isn't it? This is fine because it's blue, but that's like something people go like, what am I looking at? So let's maintain that and deal with our iTunes logo. All right, this will be the back of the website. This will be the website background image. So we're going to save that as a low quality, or no, we'll keep it as high actually, JPEG. Sometimes I go down to medium with these, but if there's too many colors, you want to keep it up at a slightly higher compression or whatever. Yep, 32. Perfect. There we go. 3. One more and we're there. This looks cool. All right, let's bring in the show graphics. Ooh, I love it. Dang. Save that. We need more zombies, apparently, to make our awesome graphics. I'm loving it. Look at that. Okay, save it. So this is just going to be normal 296 JPEG without a suffix. Suffix. I said it like I'm Scarlett Johansson in The Jungle Book. Here we go. So I believe we have all the graphics we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Let's get rid of this thing. We don't need it anymore. Get out of here, quantum-computer.jpg. You've done your job. Yeah, it even looks pretty good here. The swirly, kind of the swivels back and forth over the 296. I'm fine with it. Get that out of there. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is our 15 graphics that I needed to make tonight. Isn't it amazing? All right. We're going to end this stream. Save this. Get out of here. And keep an eye out for this episode. It should be coming out Saturday, but I got to be honest, we're so far behind schedule with this particular episode, it may not be out on iTunes until Monday or something like that. Sunday's Mother's Day, I'm going to be out of town helping my mom plant plants in her garden. And frankly, I'm looking forward to that. So we may make a small mom exception there. But this episode, 296, should be coming out Monday or Tuesday next week, at least. And thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you later.